Achieving democracy in authoritarian countries. Speech by DFR. Achieving democracy in authoritarian countries, mostly in developing countries, is a work for the generations. It takes a generation to see measurable progress. It's the work of a generation. Each generation has the golden opportunity to rise up to the challenge and seize this opportunity. Each generation has its work cut out for them to bring democracy into reality. Each passing generation has a chance to achieve something real for the implementation of democracy. I want the audience to get the impression that you can do something to achieve democracy. We want to achieve democracy in the world, in the whole world. We don't want to go to war and do occupations to achieve democracy. We don't believe in that, and that is not stable. We don't believe that democracy can be forced through bombs, occupation, humiliation, or foreign domination. Democracy grows from the right of people to shape their own future. Democracy promotes human flourishing. Democracy doesn't only mean that people rule and vote for power, but it also means that people have all of their human rights and the rule of law. In other words, that courts and the law is just, correct, and fair, and the country is free from corruption. In order to achieve full democracy in this world, the democratic countries have a lot of work to do. They must address foreign authoritarian regimes' money laundering in their own democratic countries. A lot of money going to authoritarian countries is being laundered in democratic countries. Money is also being laundered through real estates and companies. In Anna Applebaum's book Autocracy Inc., she says that dictatorial countries work together to stay in power and exchange help to one another to stay a dictatorship. Therefore, it's important to stay aware of this, to combat this. In order to fight one dictatorial country, we must fight them all at the same time, because they work together. We must work together to fight them. Democracy and authoritarianism is not an either-or thing in the world, and it's on a gliding scale from full authoritarianism to hybrid government all the way to full democracy. It's important to know to combat authoritarian regimes. In the past couple of decades, the world has shifted a lot more to democracy, and many countries have gone further toward democracy. It's projected that in the coming century, the coming 100 years, that the progress towards democracy in the world will occur considerably and substantially, even so that nearly all countries will become democratic. It is not for us to wait and see, although this is good news. We want to make the whole world democratic. Democracy is a good thing. It's not like in China where the Communist Party ruled by forbidding other parties. Some proponents of that system exist, but we don't believe in that authoritarian regime. We believe that communism and socialism can work in a democratic system. We believe democracy is better. When the people gets to decide and rule as it does in a democracy, you use and take advantage of the intelligence and vast information of the crowd. That is vastly more effective and leads to better outcomes. It's more efficient and leads to better outcomes compared to an authoritarian regime that deals with limited information and a small number of people, that in its order of things leads to limited outlook on things. It's limited, and due to that can't lead to as good outcomes as a system where the whole population gets to work on governing the country. We believe governments derive their legitimacy from the consent of the governed. This is a much powerful idea. The people who are the governed should have a say in who governs them, because they are the subjects to those in power and who rule. This is an important principle of self-rule, self-governance, and independence. People should be free to govern themselves and not be ruled over, because that is not good, just, moral, or fair. It is not right. Consent should be required to govern a people. Their consent should be sought for. Democracy is where every person has the opportunity to shape their own future. In order to achieve democracy in the developing world, one important aspect is to help journalists do their work. Journalists shouldn't be censored and attacked or persecuted. Journalists do important work for democracy and democracy building. They scrutinize power and hold those in power accountable. Free and independent journalism is vital for a democratic world. Journalists are often persecuted in autocratic countries. We need to help them. In many countries, they get threatened, imprisoned, censored, and sometimes even killed for their work. Therefore, the rest of the world needs to defend press freedom, support independent media, offer education and safety equipment, and give protection to threatened journalists.